Good evening on the 16th of December, and this is Jurgita with Magic Pond Crafts, and welcome to my channel. So as you can see, we have a nice switch here, and I'm starting this of last part of December, my 2-week kind of separate video. And it's all about the whips and trying to finish some things. So at the Magical School of Stitches and Literature, we have homework again starting today. And one of the things is to start stitch 200 stitches on something witty. So I think by the look of her, you can see that she's a witch. She has the potions. She knows all about them. Sort of like a Professor Snape in Harry Potter. And the only thing I have left is to do back stitching on the bottom portion, like from the waistline kind of all the way down. So there is still quite a bit of back stitching left, and it's my hope to have her fully done with the back stitching by the end of the year. So there's several things I want to put the bigger progress. I don't think I can do any much more finishes, but this is it. So I don't know if I'll be able to work on her tonight. I might try to at least put in frame and get ready to work. And tomorrow is again a snow day at school, and I have a chorus. We're gonna do caroling at one of the nursing homes, and then the party with the white elephant, and bring snacks or drinks. So I need to come up with that. So anyway, let's go for the final ride of 2019, and I think that's just great a way to start the last kind of step of Harry Potter Magical School of Stitches with this witch. So let's go. Well, good afternoon on the Wednesday, the 18th or something. So I've been working those past few days on trying to finish this back stitching for my Witch of Potions. And guess what? What's this left? It's only one stitch left. So, and model will be done, and I put it in, pull her out, and ta-da! So my witch is fully done with the back stitching. So in the second I'll unroll this one for you to see. So it's really like this whole part, like all of the legs, quadrant, and like half of her arm, like from a waistline. It's about 514 half stitches that I've done connecting. Usually it goes like each of the stitches was like per 2 threads or 3 threads. I don't go more than 3 threads. So that's what she's looking as the bottom stitched. And the shoe sole is just kind of following with the 2 over 1 thread X. So it's also sitting in front of the window. That's why you kind of see some of the light shining through. And it's afternoon. We still have snow, but probably gonna melt within the next few days. So I'm very excited. It's another finish. I don't think I can finish anything much else until the end of the year, although who knows. I need to finish about 400 stitches to put in my Hade Space Traveler for the 10K challenge from what was it, July till Christmas. So I have about 400 stitches left to put in, so I'll need to do that. And since it's Wednesday and this was the first part of the homework out of 5, so I need to get cracking in this, and not much more time left. After 2 days of being cooped up in the house with husband and 3 kids and a new dog of ours, yeah, it's exciting to get back to the normal routine. And high school is having their exams today and tomorrow, and I think Friday too. and it's a Christmas shopping. Oh my goodness, I ordered a few things since, you know, it's you're paying for shipping anyway. So there was some gifts and some stuff for me that I'm gonna just tell my husband to give that to me for Christmas. So anyway, love it. And let's see how she's looking fully. And here she is, the Witch of Potions in all her beauty. Very exciting. It's my second witch for the model stitching for this designer, and she has more coming out. If I can get her information, I'll put it down. Usually she calls herself, at least on the Russian website, Lady D, and we'll see if she has Etsy store or something if you guys want her. So she has a monthly, she has some kind of season, I think, witches, but that's what she looks like. Very excited. Another finish this year, so that was unplanned start and finish. And then we'll see what I have next picked for my homework. So I picked this cute dragon for my assignment this week, which was number 1. You had to pick somebody friendly that makes you smile, or like rivalry that you need to stitch, even though because you need to finish it instead of stitching on something else. So I know this dragon has rival dragon, which is a pillow, but this guy, every time I stitch, is just so bright, so shiny, so cute, you know, sitting in a big beer glass. I don't know if he's drunk or he's just cooling out there with all the foam there, but this is where I'm starting. So there's, I know, some back stitching left here and continue. So like from this point, from the bottom to the top, what needs to be worked on. I don't know which part I'm gonna work, but I'll grab it. And I don't know how much I'll be able to do tonight, because right there I've been working on my list of all current WIPs that I want to continue in 2020. There's few that, especially big ones, that I'm gonna be setting aside, because I want to put some bigger progress in few big ones. And there is also a list of possible new ones that I might start from like a same series. So I might do a separate video on all of that. So anyway, that's where I'm starting on this guy, and I need to put in at least 200 worth stitches. And it might be together with the regular stitches and back stitch. Don't know, but we'll see. So you'll see that probably in a second. And a good late morning on the 19th. So I worked some on my beer dragon, as you can see, hopefully. So finished up like a back stitching in here, started and kept filling in. And in total, for my first part of homework, I made over 540 stitches. So that's quite a bit when you need to make only 200. But I'm also trying to wrap up things for outrageous headmistress challenge, where you have to kind of post a picture every 2,000, I believe, stitches. So anyway, so one of the homework parts I'm done, and I'm gonna use the same one for the last part, which is all about the last Horcrux, which is Nagini. So we can stitch on something that's related to snakes, and I think dragons and like lizards have you know, the tongue and the scales and all kinds of stuff related to it. So I think this works for it, and I need 200 for that, but for outrageous to finish up into 2000, because we have to finish it before the new year, I just need like 280 stitches to do. So I might do that and concentrate on it today. I don't know how much I'll be able to do right away, but I'll need to go get my high schooler it's one of the finals and they finished it earlier today. So yeah, and then go take a dog for a walk, do some the work, and do a little bit stitching here and there. So you'll see how it looks after hopefully over 200 stitches. And like what, just over 300 stitches total in, and I'm setting this aside. So done, finished like a back stitching in this area and added some regular crosses. So he's growing. You can see all the details, you know, little nails and everything seeing. So that part of homework is done. And the next I'll be picking up this, it's called Summer Ball. Is for Sandy, by Sandy Littjohns, and I had to pick like two projects that would be either could be represent like a Snape, Professor Snape, or Professor McGonagall, and there was thing that you had to flip a coin, and my coin flip was Professor McGonagall. So I picked this piece because this kind of elegant, sophisticated bowl, kind of, I think that's what Professor McGonagall stands. I can't imagine her, you know, goofing off like a crazy, or getting like a drunk and or cussing bad words or something like that. So I think that would nicely represent Professor McGonagall. So I'll need to put at least 200 stitches. And I already started looking into like outrageous headmistress challenge, and what needs to be wrapped up, which one is missing at least few stitches to kind of take a picture, or what is close to finish. So I'm looking into that too, and starting heavier way looking in the next year plans. And just looked up on the Facebook and got accepted into Magical Kingdom, no, what do you call it? Beach clubs, so resorts. So I'm very excited. I need to start studying all the challenges that's going to be in there, and change some plans for next year, or plan to start some things or finish some things and take some things out. To help those monthly and the whole yearly challenges for that. So this year I'm starting not like in the May, but in January, and it's gonna be my third year in magical school. First was like a Jane Austen, which is what I've started. I think this piece too for that. So anyway. Long story short, I'm excited for next year, and it needs more planning, and this is where I'm heading out with the next part of homework. And good evening on the 21st of December, and trying to show you my update. I don't know why the camera is so shaky, but anyway, I've did required enough and more required stitches than needed be for a homework. So to kind of show you, just was filling in this like a chandelier there, and filling in more. So that's where the picture would be ending on the wall. And you can notice that I have already some back stitching done on the ladies. That goes all the way down to here, so the dress it's more standing out, and her face is already has like eyelashes and is done. And the last thing I started was the skin tone for this lady, and then I kind of noticed that I had few loose stitches there, so kind of filled that in, so it would be all good. And that's what the summer ball looks like right now. And I think unless there's something for homework that can be used this for, it might be how it's gonna continue in the 2020 year. and it's still pretty good amount is done total, I think. So I don't think I'll be able to finish next year because I have so many other plans. Something to keep switching the webs, but I enjoy the scenery and loved it when I went to see a theater production in one of the universities in St. Louis, Missouri, and they had the Pride and Prejudice done in there. So it was very interesting, slightly different stage than what you would see at the regular giant theater. So it was a little bit more smaller and more up close and personal, so to speak. So it was pretty neat. I'll insert a picture of what the stage looked like most of the time, and they had a music that was a little bit more upbeat, like for dancing scenes, because if you know anything about Pride and Prejudice, the ball scenes were very important to Jane Austen, because that's where majority of the young ladies would meet guys and actually able to, you know, touch hands. So that was like the only chance they would get to be more chatty with the guys. And so it was kind of flirting ground, I guess. And marriage market ground is in the ball area, not house visitations. So after the show, we were able to stay and ask some questions, actors, and I asked some questions, some other people asked questions, so it was kind of neat to get more close and personal, understand how it procedure works for like hiring actors, because some of them were even on some TV shows like CSI and all kinds of other ones, and a few students were local, so it was very neat. My friend took me there as part of my birthday gift, so I was very happy, very excited to go and see. So anyway, I finished this, and then I grabbed this creature, which is My Dragon Pillow by Pana, and I needed to have something done with like a gemstone, and one of the gemstones is kind of beautiful blue color, sapphire, I believe. I can't even remember the name. So I had to stitch 200 stitches on that. And so I kind of stitched about, what, 400 total. It's always hard for me to put something down once I kick in. Plus, I time myself, so I wanted to finish the hour. And I'll mark it down so I know approximately how long I spent on each project. But you can see kind of chest area already is filling up slowly. And that's where I love this one, and if I'll be able to, I'll pull out another extra project, because this is this one finished this week's homework, and it's already Saturday night, but I wanna already work on something different. I'll show you just in a second. And it's this one. It's Mini Space Traveler, Doctor Who, and until Christmas, it needed on a Heaven and Earth Facebook page, official one, there was a challenge to make a 10,000 stitches from, I believe, like a July or something like that. So I'm just under 400 stitches below it, and Christmas Eve is about to be here, so this is where I'm gonna start. So this area, I think, was about a half point, and yeah, sadly all the black is still showing the light color through, and this is 18 count Ada fabric, but I guess if you look from further away it's not as bad, but I believe I should be able to finish by Monday the 23rd the required stitches, because I'm going to be using my program, electronic one, to continue with this. I filled in all of those stitches, and hanging parking threads for that, because I don't want to do like exactly page cuts. I was always kind of getting into another pages and leaving, especially if there's like extra, just a little bit of stitches left and there's nothing with the same thread. So anyway, this is where I'm gonna be starting, and hopefully you'll be able to see this when I'm done with it. Sparkle, sparkle everywhere. Oops. And the whole house is shining. Some sparkle, sparkle. Pretty sight. Well, happy past holidays, Merry Christmas, and any other holidays to celebrate. And today is the 28th, I believe, or something like that. It's a Saturday. So I've been working in this past week on my Doctor Who's, space traveler. So that was this week's homework, and it was supposed to be kind of easy. You can pick one or all 5 homework parts and stitch and things. So I was just grabbing this one because I'm doing also on the Facebook, there is a group called the 12 Days of Heaven and Earth Designs, HADES. And I just, instead of 12 different ones or 6 different ones, I just picked this one and working with the goal about at least 120 a day. So today is day 3rd, and I'm just kind of going in this area slowly down, and that's where it is. I already made over 500 stitches that are required for homework, and I'm continuing because you get extra points for that. And our most of our guests, family members, left yesterday. We still have my mother-in-law, because one of my kids' birthday is gonna be coming up, so she stayed for that. And there's still, of course, events happening before New Year, but Christmas was great, with a little bit adventures, and everything ended up well. So we're officially adopted a dog that you've seen before. So finished all the paperwork, so he's officially part of our family member group. So got just a little bit stitchy stuff for Christmas. There's a few things still should be coming within the next few days, so I might just show you all of them at the same time. But as you can see, this is what I'm working on. It's kind of boring. It's again 18 count Ada, and let's get on to it. Don't know how much I'll do, but at least 180 today. And good morning on the 29th, early morning. Just grabbed some coffee after breakfast, and rushing to show you how much I've done throughout the whole day, the 23rd. No, what I'm saying, 27th, which was the 3rd day of Heaven and Earth Designs 12 day of HADES. So again, I'm stitching this only for all 12 days and minimum 120 each day. So yesterday was very successful. It was crappy weather outside, so nobody wanted to do anything much, but I took my mother-in-law to a couple of shops and just stitched. Pretty much everybody was relaxing. So ta-da! You probably don't know how much it was, but according to my counter, I did 1,500 stitches yesterday. So filled up all of that area. And yeah, so it was a lot, way more than 120. and starting go like a little bit in here. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen again today like this, but if you look at this and compare, so it stopped what, around like here probably, right? So it's gonna be some of those strings you can kind of start see in here, and then it's gonna be like this dark corner and blue and red pop-ups, and I would imagine this area is gonna be cryonic again. So still quite a bit to go, but I'm what, 65% done with this according to software. So I'm very excited, and that's what it looks about right now. Very, very exciting. Might put in a little bit, and then our new last homework of the year of in Magical Stitches Hogwarts was posted. Super, super easy, just hard to pick. So yeah, okay, let's see at the end of the day how much I'll have it done, or like tomorrow morning, we'll see. And again, good afternoon on the 30th. Oh my gosh, it's only one day left for this year to be over. So again, I'm showing you some update on my Space Traveler by Heaven and Earth Designs. And yesterday I managed to do what, 616 stitches. So just kind of filling it in. And I don't think I'm gonna do that much even today, even though I have a little bit more time probably for these kind of things. But since the year is coming to the end, and I want to do in my Magical Stitches and Literature group, wrap up my outrageous headmistress challenges. I've done all my previous week homework assignments, and I calculated I managed to do 2,000 stitches in the bonus, which means 20 points. So yay for Slytherin. And the last kicks would be outrageous challenge, and for that you need to wrap up do pictures every about 2,000 stitches or so. So I'm gonna be going through all my whips that I had included for that challenge and see how much is needed on each of them. I'm gonna do what I put myself challenge for this 120 at least, and I'll show you what I have right now laying all over my bed. Well, technically it's not my bed, it's a guest bed, but it's my craft room. So I laid out all of those whips that I'll be going also through them on a different video and see how much I've done on all of them, and some of them that I started or finished in 2019, so I'll have to do some wrap-up videos. But yeah, I'm looking at them, and I'm gonna try to even out for the challenge, even out all the stitches for those. Some I worked more, some I worked less, but that's what I have in total. And so I have some new plans for upcoming year again, besides just working on all of these whips. So we'll see what I can do on all of them, and what I can add to each of them by tomorrow. And because tomorrow we have a party here, we have a birthday celebration party happening. Since it's New Year, it's kind of together, and don't know how much I'll be able to squeeze of this in. Well, it's getting late on the 30th, and I think I'm gonna finish my 2-week video with this. I looked over all my stitcher projects whips that I had put in outrageous headmistress counting, and this was one of the things that I thought I might be able to make at least to the end with, but I'm running out of time, so I think I'm just gonna stop and not strain myself, because I don't know if I'll have any time tomorrow for this. So I'm gonna show you what I've done. I've done all the stitching, finished all of it. So there you go. The only things left are gonna be to put in some bugle beads and just some places, and I'm getting a headache, so I'm not gonna work on that. Try not to get the light thing in. So the beads, those that were included with the pattern, are like put in those places right there in between. That's a silver, and on the top some green ones. And once the cube is put together, then it's suggested to put those big ones. And so I can't do anything for the big ones until this whole thing is done. But I'm excited, at least all the stitching is done, and I'm gonna leave that as one of my first finishes in the year 2020. So it's gonna be a cool thing to do. It's still winter. I did not make before Christmas, but that's okay. If I didn't play at Magical Stitches group, then I probably would have done it, but it was fun. And again, these little birds, like a cardinals, and there's a different type of bird, they're done 1/1, so the whole pattern is was decided to be like that. So love the fabric. It was very soft to stitch on, and I wish you all a great end of the year of 2019, which is gonna be tomorrow. It's probably when I'll be able to put this video, and then once I get this one finished and done, I'll be doing my year review and plans for 2020, which new starts I'm gonna do, which whips I'm gonna postpone until sometime another year. You're gonna see then. Until then, I'm saying goodbye, good night, and this was Jurgita of Magic Pawn Crafts, and happy upcoming new year. Bye bye.